Hey, Nikki Haley, this might not be the best idea. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about former UN ambassador and current U.S. presidential candidate on the GOP side, Nikki Haley, suggesting that all social media users be verified by their full legal name. Now, there are a few reasons why this isn't a good idea, and there's also at least two reasons why she's being very hypocritical here. But first things first, this, in my humble opinion, is dangerous because this could be used to dox people. If you put your full first and last name out there and you're verified by that and you're sending your identification, that's just asking to be hacked and asking to be released. Now you're going to have first, last names of young people, maybe even kids, people that kind of want to be anonymous. What if there's a rogue employee on, let's say, a Facebook, and they want to out a particular person that they don't like? So they go to the database, they go to the file. Oh, okay, we got first, last name, address, prior place of business, all this, that, and the third. And then somehow that info gets leaked and you don't even know where it comes from. Or if there is a cyber attack and all that info is just out there to the general public. There are a lot of reasons why this is a bad idea, in my humble opinion. And before I get into her talking about this, let's take a look at why she's being hypocritical. Here's just one reason why she's being hypocritical. Do you see what I see? Nikki Haley. All right, Nikki Haley at Nikki Haley. Now, I don't see anywhere in her bio, her name, anywhere, I don't see her real first name. Her real first name is Nimrata. Let's not forget that Nikki Haley is from the Indian subcontinent. Well, her parents are. She's a first generation immigrant to America. All right. Her parents are from India and they moved to South Carolina where she grew up. Haley, her last name came from her marriage. I'm not sure if she's still married to the guy or if they got divorced or whatever it is, but her birth name is Nimrata Nikki Randhawa, and then Haley's a last name from the marriage. Now, Nikki is one of her middle names. That's a middle name, but it's not her first name. So if you want to talk about verifying people by their first and last name and their full legal name, well, you first. You started. All right. You could put Nikki in parentheses. And speaking of parentheses, let's get into the first clip, then the second clip. Then we're going to see why she's really a big time stone cold stomp down hypocrite. And if you want to see any of these clips, any of the articles, I will link to them in the description box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
When I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts, social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing.
I don't really believe in that either. I don't really believe in that because now you're talking about intellectual property. You're talking about exposing certain things to the federal government. I don't know if I am a social media company executive or owner that I want to have all that be given to the government. We know how the government can get. They can get way too big, way too powerful, and do things they shouldn't do. And really, you know what this sounds like? This kind of sounds like communist China and what they do. They control social media like that as well. Now, some are going to say, well, that's a good thing because there's a lot of garbage and propaganda on social media. But China controls their social media and they put their own garbage and propaganda on there. So, I mean, let's keep on going.
The second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots, the Iranian bots, and the Chinese bots. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say.
Accountability.
And they know their pastor and their family member is going to see it. It's going to help.
That's kind of like, it's called doxing really, because now you're talking about exposing people who are anonymous to their friends and family. Like, I don't really like that too much. I may not like what someone says at all, but that doesn't mean I want to expose them and bring them out to their friends and family. I'm not really into that. I'm not really into that at all.
Help our kids, and it's going to help our country.
Now, we have another video of her talking about this, and then we're going to get into another reason why I believe she's a hypocrite.
They need to verify every single person on their outlet and I want it by name. Because when
what about Smug? Does he qualify?
I've provided them with my government.
If Smug is on your driver's license, then, and look, you can put Smug in parentheses, but.
So you could put it in parentheses. So do we put your middle name in parentheses? Do we have you do like I do? I give you my first and middle and my last name. So should we do that? Anthony Brian Logan. I don't just put Brian Logan. That's not my name. My first name is Anthony. Okay. It's not like, okay, I go by my middle name. No, my name is Anthony on my license. My first name, Anthony. That's what it says. All right. Birth certificate, license, all that, Anthony. Legal documents, Anthony. That's what it says. Not a nickname, not a middle name, not a family name, Anthony. That's what it says. But let's continue.
I want everybody's name.
All right. So that's that. Now we have something else. Now take a look at this. Feast your eyes on this headline here. This is from August 30th, 2022. Just last year, okay, just a little over a year ago, it says Nikki Haley accuses New York Attorney General Letitia James of leaking donor lists, breaking the law. Now, what she's upset about is the anonymous donor list being leaked. So your donors, people that give you money, can remain anonymous. But if I'm on social media, then I can't remain anonymous. I mean, is that hypocritical to you? Maybe it's just me. Let's see what she says here in this interview from back in 2022, August.
What all policy, well, basically, we did what all policy advocacy groups do. We get out there and we advocate for policies. We advocate things like, it's ludicrous to have someone who didn't go to college pay for someone who did. The fact that we're $30 trillion in debt and the Biden administration keeps spending. The fact that we're looking at getting back into the Iran deal, which would make threats on America even worse. We just call out what we see, whether it's Gavin Newsom, whether it's Nancy Pelosi, whether it's Joe Biden, and we give solutions on what we should be doing instead. And so Stand for America has a newsletter that they put out every day. And, what we're seeing is all of a sudden we get notified that our donors are going to get leaked to the press, which is a state tax violation and a federal tax violation if that happens. It's leaked. We look at the last page from the article, from the what Politico provided, and it has the New York State Attorney General's office stamp on it. So that office leaked it to the press. And so now we are basically saying we're not going to cry about this. We're not going to whine about this. We're going to fight this. And we are filing a lawsuit against the New York State Attorney General's office. We are going to Merrick Garland and saying this is a federal tax crime, and we want him to investigate that office. Now, I'm not thinking he's going to do that, but we're certainly going to make him answer for.
All right. So leaking your donor list, that's a crime. I'm not saying it's not a crime. I'm just saying she's saying it's a crime, and they're going to go forward and try to get it prosecuted, and they want to seek justice for this action. So why is that a bad thing? Why can't your donors put a face to their donation? Why can't they donate to you in public? Why must they hide behind a shield of anonymity? Same thing, social media accounts. Why can't I express myself on social media without being doxxed, without being outed, without being revealed to my friends and family, coworkers, etc.? Why can't I do that? I don't really understand. If you're going to stand on that, and I'm not saying you're wrong to stand on that, then the same grace should be given to those on social media if they choose to remain anonymous. Now, some are going to say, what about the bots? What about the bots? What about the bots? I mean, at a certain point, you're going to have people that put out things that may or may not be 100% true. That's why you got fact checkers, legitimate fact checkers. That's why you have your ability as a person to go do your own independent research and find out what's happening. Because we know a lot of what comes from the government is not real. It's fake. Sometimes they'll straight up lie to you. Even Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci was a famous liar. He got on TV and admitted that he lied, talking about the mask. First, he said the mask don't work. Then he said the masks do work. And then when he was questioned about his flip-flop, he was saying, oh, well, I said that they didn't really work because I didn't want there to be a rush on the mask supply. He wanted the mask to be available for those who are in healthcare, things of that nature. They'll lie to you. They'll tell you whatever they want you to know. Weapons of mass destruction, where they at? Oh, that wasn't really there. It's all kind of lies we're told. So it's up to you as an individual, as I close, to make your own mind up. Do your own independent research. Don't trust me. Don't trust her. Don't trust the federales. Don't trust anybody. Do your own research and figure out what's going on to get to the best possible conclusion. Just trying to dox people and out them does not really help in that end. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what Nikki Haley said here? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree with her? Is she a hypocrite because of the whole thing about her name not really being out there? Her middle name, yes, but what about your first name? Where is that at? And then how about you are upset about the donor list being leaked by Letitia James because they can be anonymous, but we can't be anonymous on social media? Whatever your thoughts are on any of this, you'll let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. You shouldn't trust all of what you see on the internet from a troll, a random person, or even an official person. Don't trust what I say. Don't trust what she says. Don't trust what Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Don't trust anybody. Do your own research. Figure out what's going on. Be inquisitive. Be curious and learn that way. Don't just take whatever anybody says for 100% gospel. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.